Hello, this is Gerald Johan van Waas and the educational channel of demonstrations regarding the theory sound in form, which explains how letters have a really fixed meaning of reference points in space and time. These reference points are the same, actually are the same in every language, so they should be universal, and it depends on a few more extra things, but when we use the sounds or the same sounds as a reference point as a sound in language, then especially they will match these reference points very much, and they direct you in the same directions as other languages will direct you as well. Of course, it will have to have a context, it will have to have the correct way of associating, and a very subtle difference can already direct you in a different direction, but you could easily find the reference points of any language as a universal language when you use the reference points of time and space and try to understand them and then check them in how they are used in these languages. And I give you an example. There are a few sounds in a Japanese language that are used to tickle you, that the thought process is going into a certain direction. So these are the sound directions. Really, they work solely as sound directions, and these sound directions gives you already a suggestion that we will think in a certain direction. And these directions I will explain, and I will explain these couple words that are used more often in Japanese that you can recognize already in the speech when they appear, in which direction these words are going, or are teasing you to go indeed in a certain direction of thought. And of course, guiding help to understand what is going on in language, in letters, is a structure of my theory that I have here in the resumed for you. There are three different regions of associations that you can have. There are all the letters that are related with numerical order should fit into this to one of these positions that you can see here on this scheme. And so there are a couple of letters that are simply defining your central focus point of view. You start to focus yourself in space, and it tells you where you are and what the things are and where they are. The second level of understanding and directing is the direction in time. So here it says, like, okay, here are the things that are in development. Here are the things that are developing to something else. All these letters that are on the second scheme fit with that. And the last category is, you have to give it, is the idea of that you have to give it a certain order. These are guiding you to make in order, to get things in order. So it's a whole context actually, from what you need to keep a context together as well. So these three regions, they are the same also in every language, and also with words in other languages, they will fit onto the scheme, and you can understand them by this, by understanding this scheme. In this, just a small example, so it's not just reference points in time and space, and I have these central positions, a center position, volume position, a periphery position. I have these regions as well, so that only says how your focus is. It's somewhere in the middle, or it's already somewhere where everything is developing, or it is somewhere, okay, I'm already losing it. And that's also the region where you have already some doubt if you can still fit it into your framework of thinking. So that's the doubtful region already, to say like, okay, does these things here still fit, yes or no? And that makes us already a very good I have already a very good example for that. The most easy thing to remember from and to recognize also in Japanese language is the sound combination of ka. So where are these letters? So the ka, as I said already, it's at the borders. So when you're trying to focus, the focus is already here at the edge. So it's, where will it go to? Will it go to me, or will it go to somewhere else? It's the doubtful position. So it starts from doubt, and where is the doubt about? About your starting point. So you're starting to doubt that, do I really have my starting point here? So ka is a doubt of what you bring to reality. So that's very easy to understand. It's one of the first words of Japanese that will be remembered most easily and be recognized most easily. And these, when they are at the end of sentences, so you recognize them immediately. You have then an interposition of O. Where is the O in the scheme? It's exactly in the middle. And where is it in the middle? It's in the middle of everything which is growing towards somewhere, something. So it is actually also your objective focus, where what everything is. So you're busy with a whole sort of material and things that are changing and so on. This is the middle point. This is your environmental, spatial reference point, where everything is surrounding around it. And when you hear the O picked out, it's refocusing your thoughts. Like, okay, we're busy here with, this is our focus here, this is our focus where we work around it. And the sound mo here, for instance, mo, sorry, not mo, mo, is the M. Where is the M here? It's in the first region. The first region is about trying to focus. Where are we trying to focus? We are trying to focus all our material. That's what it is. It is actually giving extra material focus in our general element of focus. So we have an additional element of focus. So when we add the mo, we will simply add an extra few elements to our main focus. When you hear in the middle of sentences of these complex words that we hear in Japanese language all the time, we sometimes hear this very quick sound combination of wa, which is also a direction, and a direction which is guided by sound. The wa sound, the wa is then the starting point in the middle of everything which is growing and directing into a certain form, or as it is evolving towards something. So actually it is everything which is evolving in all directions. And then you go to your focus again. The wa is showing everything what you have as an involvement into the system. So after the O, the wa is everything which is still connected within the process and progress, everything there. So what is progressing towards somewhere, something automatically. So this is the refocus on that. So what is really involved? What do we have as a tendency that it will go to certain directions or other directions, or some will work together and some will not work together? What is involved in our programs? What? And then you even have the sound very quickly somewhere in the sentence that refocuses your attention, and the or the is in the middle section. In the middle section are everything which is growing towards something or somewhere, and it is so the definitions might not be ready yet. In the O, all definitions are ready, everything is defined, but the A is going towards the middle pointer, going towards the O. Yes, you see, A says, okay, where is this in my process, and where does it evolve to? That's why evolve, the O is in the middle, the A is going towards what is in my process, so the A can direct you there. These letter sounds fit very well to in my explanations to where the positions are in this whole process of 3 different regions. Where am I in the process of my thinking? Where am I in the process of giving you just words, or giving you all the elements that you need? Where am I in my reasoning? And there are the directions in the process where I am connecting the other words, the words or the objects or directions together. The A is saying, where is it evolving to? The no, you have somewhere in between, you hear no. That's a word also as a sound reference point. And it says, actually, it is there, as you see, it's in the middle, so it's in the O, it's in the middle of the processes, and the N is in the middle of the first region, the center point, so it's my center point of attention in the middle, so in the material of where my attention is. So I give my attention to what is growing, and is attention to the material which is growing is also in my main focus. So what is belonging to the process? What are the things that belong to the process? So no is getting this involved, this idea involved. And I have this mo, of course, what can you still add? So it's at the end, and it's of course it's focused again around the O, but it is using the letter M. M is your first focus of material, so you still had were focusing on not how the material was evolving, but simply to material. What material do I have? Oh yeah, I will still add this to the process. I still have material. I will add that. Well, so I'll still add that one. It was a neutral. It's still in the neutral position. The M is still in the neutral position. It's still simply material as it is, and I'll add it to the material to my process. So I can also add this mo. And one of the last combinations of letters that connects your attention, connects this to attention to sounds and sound combination. Ni, here the n is the material which is already growing towards a certain position. The I is the reorganization. So the reorganization, it's a reorganization in the whole process in time and place. So the last category is about reorganization in time and place. So what is growing is reorganized in time and space. Ni. This is so it is an association to what you need in what you need to give an order to in time and space. And the last one is ta. When you hear that, it also says it's your first focus. As you can see there, it's your focus, first focus of attention of what is already in development, the T. So your focus is just formed. You don't have a lot of material, but you just pinpoint one point there, and you also add it to the process. So this is something, without describing how or in which stage, no, just the thing, ta, it can add it to it, just in the same way as you have it in English. And the last a couple of combinations of letters, which is used more often in language in Japanese language than to give an association in sound, is de. And this is so you have the D position is in what is growing, so you're growing towards something that you don't know yet what direction, but it is growing into a direction. The D is the first point of the growth process, so it's directing you into the growth process, and the A is, it's the growth process itself towards the processes that are going. So de is giving you extra attention to what is changing. What is changing in general? What is really changing towards a growth process? What is changing towards what you need in a growth process? And it can be described in that way. De is also used, is almost like the. The context is slightly different, but it is also about here the de is more with a strong D. It's really focusing upon what you can use in the growth process. That's more or less the way how you can associate it, and maybe you can use different associations that it can work better for you, but I hope that the references on the scheme could be helpful to understand where we need to give it extra more attention. If the first letters in the first region are given attention, it's a new attention. It's an attention of something which hasn't developed further yet. The other things, the passive things, the things that simply are things. In the second category, the other things that are already in development, and the last category are the things that really need a reorganization. These associations of the structure that I just gave you should be able to be enough for you to be like a guiding reference point to where the letters themselves are directing the words towards. I hope this was clear enough. Anyhow, thanks for watching. It was just an example of that sound combinations as reference points are used in different languages as well. And by knowing the reference points in the system, you can understand where they are used in another language as well as a reference point to the system. Words that are solely used as sounds should go back to the system. It is about that we have a language, we are talking about something. Where in the system do we need our attention to? These are the kind of words that I expressed here. Sound references towards as a reference point to where you are within the whole system of directions in your thinking, in your thought process. Where do we need to adapt? What does the adaptation is a reference for it, or what is not? That's just a helping set of combinations of letters that tells you where you are in that regard. Okay, thanks again for watching. Bye bye.